I met the girl of my dreams and thought it was a guy.
2. Met the girl of my dreams. But, long. So a few weeks ago, I went to a party and got drunk and dancing when I decided to take a break, so I sat on the kitchen counter and chilled. This beautiful girl in an orange sweater, glasses and a ponytail came up to me and asked if I had seen her deck of cards. By chance, right? The idiot they call me said no, but the owner of the establishment might, as I pointed out to my friend. And then it dawned on me that this girl is fucking gorgeous. I looked at her from across the room, and there she was looking at me. I started to blush. I am very shy when it comes to girls, but over time I gained the courage to go and talk to her. Somehow from that moment on, I didn't see her again all night until when I decided to leave. I was too high and drunk. I decided to go through the back stairs and sober up, with a can of beer, of course, LOL. A couple of girls were also relaxing there, and we started chatting casually. They asked me how I was doing. I said, "Well, I saw this girl tonight. She was very beautiful. She jokingly said that I was in love, but she literally disappeared. She was wearing an orange sweater, but I didn't have a chance to grab her number." The two girls literally stopped talking and looked at each other. I was wondering if I said something wrong. Intrigued, I took a closer look at one of them and realized that this was the girl I had fallen in love with. She was now wearing a white top and jeans, and her hair was down. She looked so different without her glasses. Hell, she was even more beautiful. My eyes sparkled. "Here she is." She then said someone spilled a drink on her and she had to go change clothes. I started to blush. Words wouldn't come out of my mouth. I was speechless, and my heart was pounding in my chest. All I thought was that I had missed my chance by confessing my crush on her. She saw that I was blushing and shy, came up to me and asked for my Instagram. I almost lost consciousness. We stayed up all night and talked. It was wonderful. I thought I had met my soulmate. I am very picky in choosing a partner. Many girls around me seem boring, fake, and superficial to me. But she was not like that. She was one of the most interesting people I have ever met. She was perfect. I was in love. We connected so organically. After that, we hung out a few more times and I started to get to know her more and more. But, to my displeasure, some things started to bother me. She smoked a lot, took hard drugs every 2 weeks, lied constantly to get out of sticky situations, skipped classes to get high, now on probation, and other things that started to irritate her. Me away. For me personally, all of these things were no, and I quickly realized that she was not friend material. I was heartbroken. From her side, I also saw that the spark had gone out. Now we hardly talk. My flame burned much longer than hers, but it also went out. But then we met at one of the parties and we talked and came to the conclusion that no one loves anyone anymore, and we decided to sleep together and see how it would be for us, and she agreed. We slept together. It was such a hot night. We made love right in the central room. Everyone was looking at us, but we continued to make love. In the morning, I decided to write to her, but I was already blocked. After that night when we slept at the party, I woke up with a feeling of strange emptiness. Despite all the passion and heat of our night, something felt wrong. I decided to write to her to understand her feelings and perhaps continue the conversation about our future. However, to my surprise, I discovered that I was already blocked. Feelings were mixed inside me. On the one hand, I felt hurt and disappointed that she blocked me without explanation. On the other hand, I understood that our connection was more based on memories and emotions of the past than on the real feelings of the present. Weeks passed and I tried to figure myself out. Memories of that night kept coming back to me. I tried to understand what happened and why she decided to break off all contact. Perhaps for her, it was just an attempt to close some chapter in her life, just like for me. Meanwhile, I continued to live my life. I focused on work and my hobbies to take my mind off these thoughts. I met with friends, made new acquaintances, but still sometimes returned to thoughts about her. One evening, while I was walking in the park, an old friend called me. "Hi, I've not seen you for a while." "How are you?" he asked. "Hello? Yes, everything is fine. I live, I work. And how are you?" I answered. Everything is fine. Listen, did you hear that? Her name left town. She moved to another state. I decided to start a new life, he said. These words struck me. I didn't know how to react. On the one hand, I was happy for her that she found the strength to change her life. On the other hand, I felt that she was leaving completely, and this added to the sadness. Several more months passed. At some point, I began to understand that despite all the experiences and pain, this story helped me better understand myself and my feelings. I began to appreciate more those moments that were real and sincere. I realized that that night was a kind of symbol of the end of our story. We both tried to understand what was between us, but in the end we realized that our paths had diverged. She chose her path. I chose mine. Perhaps it was the best decision for both of us. It took me a while to recover from this. Now, my walls are up again, and I won't talk to a girl for another 10 years. I keep asking myself, why? That rare time when I meet the girl of my dreams, something has to ruin it somehow. Briefly about my personal life. I think I'll love my cars again. Thanks for taking the time to read.